In this video, we're literally going to take some scrap and turn it into a mind-blowing Lamborghini. Say a prayer in your heart for the Prophet. Make sure you've liked the video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss the greatness happening here. Our friend here decided to turn his dream of owning a Lamborghini into reality, and he's going to build it from scratch in his workshop. Yes, a full Lamborghini Aventador assembled in just 10 months. The first step was design and planning. He sat down to draw, calculate, and prepare everything, then started searching for materials in places you'd never imagine could be useful. He began collecting steel angle bars, very strong ones, cut them with a metal cutting saw, and started shaping them into the car's main frame, which would look like this. Using a welding machine, he began welding all these parts together. Next, he installed the front shock absorbers, which would later be connected to the steering column, and welded them firmly. Then he moved to the rear section, preparing the steel where the differential would be welded. It had to be welded extremely well. This whole project relies on welding steel together so the car won't fall apart on the first bump. He welded the differential with steel supports to the frame, and in the middle is the crown gear, which takes movement from the gearbox via the drive shaft and distributes it to the two rear wheels. He also prepared the right and left shock absorbers and welded them very well, so that he could later connect a steel bar between them and add springs. These provide a comfortable ride, increased stability, and better handling. Back to the front section again, he prepared the steel that would hold the front shock absorbers, welded on small steel pieces, and cut them precisely to size so they could be bolted to the shock absorbers with nuts. He connected the lower part of the shock absorbers with two steel pieces and welded them firmly to mount the front steering rack, the part that controls the wheels turning left and right, which would be connected to the car's steering column. He began installing and welding the column, adding steel reinforcements to make it very solid. He installed the accelerator and brake pedals, welding them into place and adding steel supports so they wouldn't move around, giving this as the shape of the car's front section. He brought the engine, of course not a Lamborghini engine, just an ordinary motorcycle engine at best, and began preparing it along with the steel mounts needed to fix it in place. Honestly, this gave life to the Lamborghini. He installed the wheels and tires, the radiator to keep the car's temperature under control, and added two exhaust pipes with a sound amplifier, like racing motorbikes, to keep us awake all night. And that's how the full main frame of the car came together.
Then he dismantled everything again. All the chassis components, wheels, front and rear shock absorbers, and the differential, leaving only the steel frame. He sanded down the welded joints and the entire frame to smooth it, preparing it for paint. He painted the whole frame in a matte black color to give it elegance and presence. Next, he covered the floor of the frame with aluminium composite panels, which are both lightweight and strong. Over that, he laid carbon fiber made from fiberglass for thermal and water insulation, coating it with epoxy. This sealant hardens after application, forming a solid, water and heat-resistant layer. Once the frame was perfect, he reassembled everything. Shock absorbers, brakes, tires, engine, gearbox. Every single part was checked thoroughly before being put back in place. Even the electrical wiring was completely reconnected with precision. Every light, button, and sensor had to work. He installed the seats and began working on the upper part of the car.
which had to match Lamborghini's iconic design. He took precise measurements, welded its steel components, then removed it to prepare the 4 wheel arches, fitting them with aluminium panels and carbon fiber, coating them with epoxy, and preparing the entire body for painting. The color would be a bright yellow that grabs attention, the exact color of the legendary Lamborghini Aventador. He let the paint dry at its own pace. No rush. Beauty needs a little patience. Once it dried, he fixed the upper section onto the chassis, and now the shape started to come together. He removed the upper section again to prepare it with this perforated metal sheet, which is used as a ventilation layer. Then came the critical stage that would define the car's entire body shape, the clay layer. He covered the car's body with a special clay so he could sculpt every curve and detail of the Lamborghini's design. The craftsmen working with him handled it like sculptors, carving each line and arch with incredible precision. Finally, he painted the entire car body in bright yellow and began cutting the carbon fiber fabric precisely to cover every part with epoxy. This hardened every section of the car and made it solid. Using a grinder, he trimmed off all the excess material and sanded down the entire body. But he didn't stop there. He applied body filler, putty, over every surface of the car, step by step, to ensure every detail came out smooth and flawless. He carefully sanded every inch. The car's full beauty and details began to emerge. Everything was done with precision and attention to the finest details. The result? Design. Luxury.
He applied the clay layer to the perforated metal base under the car, then layered carbon fiber, epoxy, and putty on top. He repeated the same process on the right and left sides of the car, the fenders, the hood, the rear, and even the mirrors. All of these were made with extreme care and high craftsmanship, then installed in place, and they looked stunning. He began making the rear wing, the spoiler, preparing the metal sheet, and shaping it like the iconic Lamborghini spoiler. Every piece was welded and fixed with precision, and once the spoiler was mounted on the rear of the car, the result was an aggressive look with unbelievable stability. He worked on the rear grille, taking precise measurements, reinforcing it with steel, welding it, and following the same process again: clay, fiber, epoxy, putty. He started sketching the shape it would take and was extremely meticulous when cutting out the grille. It wasn't just for looks, it improved airflow, cooled the engine, and increased the car's stability at high speeds. He followed the same steps on the car's roof. Then he moved to the most important part, the doors. As we all know, Lamborghini doors open upwards like falcon wings. He began crafting the twisted hinge mechanism that would allow the doors to open upward. This was the hardest part of the project, as its shape was complex and needed high skill to make. He prepared it, added a bolt and nut, and began attaching one side to the door and the other to the fender's frame. But he didn't stop there. He cut the door and removed it to reinforce the mechanism with 2 solid steel rods for safety. After that, he moved to the hood, starting to cut out the spaces where the headlights would be installed. He also cut the hood itself, prepared it, and made its opening mechanism. He reinforced the hinge points to handle weight and pressure, and just like the other parts, he used carbon fiber to keep the weight light while maintaining the structure's strength. And the roof of the car wasn't just any roof, he cut it too, and the car looked as sweet as candy. This roof was made with precision, to protect the passengers while also giving the car extra stability. After finishing it, he removed the roof and the hood and painted the steel and the parts underneath in the same color as the body. Then he closed up the entire area to surprise us. It was going to be the Lamborghini's trunk, under the front hood, not the rear.
This was to achieve ideal weight distribution, which increases the car's stability and handling on the road. Finally, he gave it our bold, stunning color. Next, he moved to the heart of the cabin. The dashboard, control panel, and entertainment system. He left nothing to chance, designing a stylish and reliable control panel with everything neatly arranged, from the buttons to the light and window switches. The center section of the dashboard held the infotainment screen, easily accessible to the driver. With care and precision, he connected the wiring harness to each button and double-checked everything to ensure no light would turn on incorrectly and no button would stick. Then came the masterpiece in the driver's hands, the steering wheel, made of carbon fiber to be light and strong, covered in natural leather, and Alcantara to give a luxurious and comfortable feel, with sturdy metal inserts to secure everything and give a sense of strength. In the center sat the golden Lamborghini logo. And finally, the small details that make the difference. The glove box was elegant, practical, and lined with premium padding. It opened smoothly and was big enough for documents and personal items. It even had a precisely installed USB port, so technology was always at your service. Everything was polished, checked, and fixed in place. The reinforced doors were the final touch, made specifically to absorb any impact and keep the passengers inside safe.
The doors that opened upward weren't just for looks. He reinforced them with putty around every joint and installed speakers inside so even the sound would come out pure, like you're at a private concert inside the car's cabin. The interior frame was coated with a protective spray, and so was the exterior, to keep the car looking new, strong, and ready to withstand time, weather, and any conditions. The rear hood, the engine cover, was designed to channel air properly, cool the engine, and improve performance. The aerodynamic lines were integrated into it like a moving sculpture, and the whole thing was covered with another protective layer. The air vents behind the doors and the rear grille, painted in black, made it more than just a car. They gave it personality. Even the small windows were cut, measured precisely, and fitted with custom frames. The exterior handles were installed with lightness and smoothness, blending seamlessly into the car's body. After maintenance and final preparations, he applied the final paint, a shiny orange that captures both the eyes and the heart. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from scratch, this is the final look of the Lamborghini. The question now is, will this car last, or will it wear out over time? Write your opinion in the comments, and don't forget to watch the previous videos. Stay tuned for the upcoming ones, and if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to our channel and give the video a like and share. See you!